The modern Army sniper is the result of over 200 years of battlefield evolution. But sniping today is changing like never before. Army snipers are fighting on an increasingly technologically advanced battlefield that has required them to modify their tools, tactics, and techniques to be effective in any theater, from the streets of Baghdad to the mountains of Tora Bora. These 2 to 8-man teams combine the ability to provide key intelligence to command with the capacity to surgically eliminate the enemy with either precision rifle fire or by directing the wrath of U.S. shock and awe. The key to supremacy on the modern battlefield is flexibility. The U.S. Army has designed a sophisticated training program for snipers that allows them to quickly adopt new tactics to match the enemy.
What we're finding is downrange, in-country, in both areas of operation, that our adversary is evolving. So as we find out what TTPs the enemy is utilizing in theater now, we immediately push that to the front of our training. Then we discuss how to counter them.
With such advanced training available today, it's hard to imagine that sniper schools are a relatively new concept.
From the American War of Independence all the way to World War I, sniper training really doesn't exist. There are certainly sniping units or really sharpshooters or marksmen, but the only training really involved there was that of hunting and target shooting.
Vietnam is really the dawn of the American sniper as a well-trained element on the battlefield, and not just simply for counter-sniper purposes. The snipers being employed for intelligence gathering, where goes out on reconnaissance missions, gathering intel.
As soon as Vietnam ended, the sniping schools all ended. They weren't going to need them anytime soon. So it's not until the 1980s that the United States Army starts a permanent peacetime sniper school, and it's been operating on the same post ever since.
In the Second World War and Vietnam, the sniper was confined to a more static standoff role. But experience in the Middle East has shown that sniper teams are just as successful as a mobile close-in tool.
First of all, we are never complacent. We are always looking for ways to improve how we train. We're always looking for ways to make our product, which is a trained sniper, to be the best trained and the best, most capable precision marksman possible.
Snipers are definitely they're going to see stuff that other guys may not see because we train ourselves to observe for target indicators, guys holding weapons, guys acting shady. And that's going to allow us to pinpoint the enemy a whole lot faster than the average guy on the ground.
Each year, the sniper school accepts 320 students to attend the rigorous 5-week course. Acceptable candidates must meet stringent mental, physical, and marksmanship requirements before being selected. They are the best and the brightest in the Army, but not all will graduate as snipers.
We only get 250 odd students through a year, whereas at Ranger School down the road, they get 200 students every 3 to 4 weeks. So we're a very centralized, very small community in the Army.
With the tremendous success of snipers in current conflicts, this small community is receiving pressure to expand and produce more snipers. However, this is a difficult task.
You can't just stamp out a sniper. It takes time, it takes training, it takes diligence, it takes perseverance, it takes a number of things, none of which can be mass-produced.
That's the biggest challenge that us as a schoolhouse has to face to try and fill the Army's needs for snipers.
Another major challenge the sniper school is facing is the lack of knowledge from commanders in the field on how to employ snipers effectively. To remedy this, the sniper school began a program training battlefield leaders on how best to utilize their snipers.
We're getting this knowledge out there, and that was the biggest base that we were seeing was the disconnect between the sniper and his commander. So now that we have the Sniper Employment Leaders course, we're able to train commanders all the way up to battalion level on how to employ this asset that they have.
This is how you need to employ your snipers. We show them new equipment that's available to the snipers and how it's going to enhance their capabilities at unit level.
To better understand the capabilities of the snipers under their command, the leaders are given an opportunity to try the sniper's most prized piece of equipment, the sniper rifle.
World War I, World War II. You're simply taking the weapon that is being issued to the soldier, sometimes just putting a telescopic sight on it. Today, every aspect of the development of a particular sniper rifle, extensively researched. What is being fielded today is by far the best that the military can produce and equip the American soldier with.
This is the M24 sniper weapon system. Uses the 7.62 NATO cartridge, and it has a free-floating match-grade barrel.
The M24 is a battle-proven system. It is a great weapon system that has been employed by the U.S. Army probably for the last 20 years. It really stood the test of time. It is still a devastating weapon system as long as it's in the hands of a well-trained sniper.
Teaching these sniper school students to master the M24 are some of the best instructors in the world. They all have had extensive combat experience and share their first-hand knowledge to help prepare their students.
And we have a set standard that we have to teach, but at the same time, there's always room in there where the instructors can interject personal experience.
45 seconds. Go ahead and unholster your weapon. A lot of the newer instructors that we're getting are coming right out of theater within the last 6-8 months.
The survivability of the snipers have increased because you've had so many more people go to combat, come back, and train up your troops. You want to give these students the maximum amount of stuff that you can because they're going down range. And you've been in their shoes, and if you can provide them with the most amount of information that you can, that's worthwhile.
These instructors themselves also need to keep their skills up to date, so when not teaching students, they spend their time training and evaluating new equipment and tactics.
I can identify deficiencies from past experiences and exploit that in the courses, so that way we make it aware to our students now, because if you're not a student of history, and you don't learn from the mistakes of the past, you're going to be doomed to repeat them again in the future.
This commitment to continuously update training with lessons learned from snipers in the field is a key component to the extraordinary success of the Army Sniper School. But there is one essential skill that the instructors cannot teach.
Bottom line is, will you pull the trigger when the time comes?
I mean, I have had to fire on people, and it's a very me versus them. If it's not me, it's, or if it's not them, it's going to be me or my buddies.
And that's the hardest part of being a sniper, is when the first time you crawl into your shooting position, you look through that optic and you see the individual you're about to reduce. And as long as you can maintain your objectivity and the overall big picture as to why you're doing what you're doing, you'll be fine.
Do I ever want to, do I ever plan on going out and killing somebody? No, I don't. But I can justify the fact that if I take this guy out or eliminate this target, then possibly I've saved some lives.